Alright, so I'm back, and as promised, today we're going to be taking a second look at the Unique Toys Warhawk. So here he is in his bird mode. Very reminiscent of the G1 bird mode. Is it a perfect bird? No, not at all. The legs aren't even close to what a real bird's legs would really look like. And it just the setup of this particular figure is very accurate to G1, but it's not really much of a bird, I would say. If that makes sense. The original toy was like that too. Now, I do not have the G1 Predacons anymore because once I finish this set, I don't like to have the same thing on my shelves, and so I sold off my 2010 Predaking set, and because I felt that this was my classics Predacon. Does that mean I'm not going to get any other Predacons? No. I'm still kind of on the fence on Mastermind Creations, and I'm starting to get really tempted with TFCs because I'm really liking their products. But we'll see if I can catch up on some of their other products before I start buying something I already have. Anyway, so he does come with the hand for the Combinder. And like I've been doing recently, I used to show off the combined modes, but now I'm focusing just on the figure. I'm not focusing on the combined. I'm going to focus on just the figure as itself. And he does come with a sword. I don't know if this was his sword, but this is the one that fits in his hand the best, so I'm going to assume that it was. It does have a little bit of a paint blemish here. And that's not like paint chips. It's just extra paint on there, which makes me think that it's not his, but it fits. Like I said, it fits in his hand the best. So there's that. Now, let's talk about the bird. First off, as I said before, here is a comparison between him and the Seeker mold in jet mode. You can see how they can stack up there. Pretty cool looking. I mean, obviously, bird, plane, total difference there. But yeah, posability. His head is on a ball joint. Gets a good range of motion there. Now, you don't want to move it up too high because then you'll just see the robot face there. It does go up and down, and then the mouth does open and close. And then he does have a waist swivel in this mode. Tail feathers can go up, down. It's actually on 2 hinges, so you can kind of get a different range there, however you want. Hips are on ball joints, although the way it's set in there, it's kind of hard to get much out of it, except for up, down, and a little in and out. Feet are on ball joints, so gets a decent range of motion there, and each one of the talons is individually mobile, and that's I absolutely love that. I mean, it definitely looks like it's a bird claw, ready to grab something. I really like these claws. Wings kind of go in and out, up, down. This section here comes up, and each one of the feathers can be moved. So, good range of motion there on that. Now, to touch on the wings real quick, let me just pop this out. So, I've had, I'm honest with my videos, or at least I try to be. I've had problems with the wings. I think a lot of people have. Now, what I ended up having to do, this one, This one got ripped out. This black little piece got ripped out of socket when I put it on the big wings and tried to take it out. And as I said in that review, not to do that. Just don't try that. When I glued it back into place, I just glued the whole black socket back into place rather than the pin like I did on this wing. Because when I got this wing, the black socket came off real easy. It was the pin, so I glued the pin back into place. So I just glued the socket back into place. And once I did that, it holds its position a lot better being glued into place. So I actually did the same thing on this side. I just that is because they were getting pretty loose. So if you have this figure, plan on getting this figure, that's what I'd recommend to do is just put a tiny bit of super glue somewhere along this piece, just the tiniest bit, and just kind of rotate it around a little bit to get that glue all the way around. Once you do that, this thing just holds really well in these wing sockets. Not that I'm going to use them very often, but I mean, you can see that they're pretty stable. This one's trying to move a little bit, but those wings are really nice and stable now. So absolutely, I felt that was a necessary fix, and I recommend it. Now that I've done it, I have no problems with the wings. So let's go ahead and just get him into robot mode, shall we? What you want to do is fold these claws up here, and then pull the legs down, and then rotate around on the waist, just like that. Then you can fold these feet down, just like this. I'm going to zoom this out a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Give you guys a little bit more light here. Pull this section out like so, and then you just flip the hand down. Do the same thing over here. The hand down, and flip up the head. And then you just kind of straighten the wings however you want to. And there you have Unique Toys Warhawk, or Divebomb, whatever you want, whatever you wish to call him, in robot mode. And I still love this figure. Try and get a good view of him here. There we go. And for size comparison, here he is next to my hand. Haha. Still, if you guys haven't seen the first ranch of the week, go take a look at that. Alright, so here's next to the Seeker mold. So Thundercracker's head comes up to here. So top of his head comes up to the little side panel here. So he's about half a head taller than Thundercracker without the bird head. So yeah, definitely is a deluxe scale figure. Now, it has been today's the 22nd of April. I actually, in my last video, my vlog, I actually said that it's been over a year, but it's actually been, I mean, we're talking like 2-3 days since, less than a year since I reviewed this guy. It's been like 363 days or something like that. So it has been a year since I got him. So, and I will be doing the rest of the Predacons next, but let's talk about posability real quick. Head is on a ball joint, so More or less, you get a side-to-side motion with it. You don't get much. You get a little bit of that, but it doesn't go like forward. The way the bird head is designed, it just kind of gets in the way a little bit. Arms can go up and down, in and out. There is no swivel, and I did complain about that a little bit, but what can you do? You can bend at the elbow, nothing at the hand, but it does fold back in, so you can kind of get a little bit of opposability there. He does rotate 2 places at the waist. He's got this top waist section, which feels kind of like it's got a little bit of a ratchet in there, actually. I doubt it, but that's how it feels. And then if you move the tail feathers up, you got a waist swivel there too. Now on mine, it has gotten a little loose. I'm not gonna lie, it has gotten a little loose. I'll probably have to go in there and tighten that up. The ball joints on the hips haven't really gotten loose. I mean, they are a little loose side to side. Can't see that. But when you move it up, I mean, it is just move these up and they don't really move at all. But that one did. But yeah, if you move them up, it's nice and tight. It just seems to be loose side to side right here. But I mean, it's not loose to that point of, oh well, he can't stand. I mean, he could still stand just fine. But he does have ball joint sockets here, so good range of motion there. It swivels at the thigh, bends at the knee. Nothing really else there. The toe does have a little bit of a pivot there. These are feeling a little loose too, but the feet are so big that it doesn't hinder him at all. He still can get some really awesome poses. Oh, and let's give him his sword. Here. There he has his sword, and like I said, those wrists can kind of go backwards a little bit, which I think I showed this off in my previous video, but which means he can do the, He-Man's "I have the power" sword to the sky look, which is just hilariously awesome. I love it. Let me do 2 more size comparisons real quick. Here he is next to Hercules, so you can see how he is there. He's, like I said, he's going to be showing up in all my videos from now on, per request, and that's awesome. I'm okay with that. I don't mind grabbing him. And then here he is next to Megatron, and I'm thinking Megatron or Optimus Prime, since they're about the same height, will be showing up, so you can see him compared to a Voyager too. So again, here's Thundercracker. So he's definitely not a Voyager, and he's more in the deluxe range, but he is a little bit taller than this deluxe, so he's probably, he's just a little bit bigger. Definitely deluxe. So being that I've had him for a year, and when I first reviewed him, I gave him an 8 out of 10. Yes, the legs have loosened up a little bit, but those are simple ball joints. We can all fix that, and it's not even a problem for me, really. The wings, I had issues with the wings, but now that I have figured out that the reason why they were loose was the pin, not the socket, and now that I glued that socket into place, they're perfect. All in all, I'm going to I'm gonna stick with my original rating. 8 out of 10. I think this guy is actually really good. Still, I do recommend him on his own. Especially now, they're almost all of them are on sale. You can probably, I think he's on sale for like $60, something like that now. So now would be the perfect time if you're looking for a good classic style dive bomb. I think this guy is the best, and I mean, we haven't really seen the TFC version of it, but the Mastermind Creations version, which was supposed to be released about a year ago, this month actually, and now it's September, I think, August, September of this year. So, I mean, if we ever see that guy, maybe he'll be great too, but I think he's got too big of wings, personally, but we'll get into that at another point in time. But the bulk for him is that I do really, really like this figure. I wish Repro Labels would come out with a set for him. Screw you, Megatron. I think I really, really wish that they would, because I think he really deserves it. And I love this figure. I still do. Always have, since the day I got him. I think he's exactly what I wanted in a dive bomb. So, like I said, I will not be showing off the combined mode today. And still, I will mention that, yes, it does get fixed later, but my initial irritation on this figure was the no gun. And so if you get this guy on his own, just know that he doesn't come with a gun, and these are not 5mm ports, so you cannot just give him any old gun. You'll have to actually look around and try and find a specific gun that will fit into his hand, or carve a gun down. That is an irritation. That is still one of the reasons why I can't give him a higher rating than 8 out of 10. But all in all, he's a great figure. I do love him. I actually kind of want to get another set of the Predacon so I can display him in robot mode. But if I start doing that, then I'll never have money for new stuff. But yeah, they are on sale most places, so I do recommend checking them out if you haven't already. And I mean, right now, Unique Toys has the monopoly on actually having the entire set out. Remember that. Mastermind has 3 out, and TFC just now got 2 out. So we'll see who wins the arm race there. My guess is TFC. I'm just saying. I'm guessing we'll probably see a full TFC Predacon or Predaking before we see a full Mastermind Creations Predaking. So, anyway, so yeah, that's him. We'll take a look at the rest of the guys coming up. So, question of the day is, if you have this guy, how has yours held up over a year? Or since whenever it is that you got him? Mine's still holding up pretty good. I think I think, as far as a lot of third-party figures, being that I've played with him as much as I have, I'm amazed that he's held up as long as he did. I mean, Hasbro figures don't hold up that long. They start getting really loose and weak and frail. So, I think mine is still in great condition. So that's the question of the day is, how's yours held up?